far. It's the knife round. I know that's crazy to say, but I think it will make a damn difference in a map like this. At least, maybe not. Okay, so maybe not as much for Astralis if they start T, but when we see Entropiq start T, they really do have trouble. So I think this one's really going to be on them to pick it up. They need it more than anyone else. At least Astralis have that depth across this map, and let's find out. Let's get into things as we see how tonight will look. It's looking good for Astralis, but you never know.
Do you look, mate? Everyone is actually trying so hard. They know how important this is. Entropiq are under no illusion.
It's 1-for-1. It's 1-for-1.
Lucky.
They're trying. This is the longest knife round in this tournament.
This is the longest knife round. Come on, we got an hour to play with. Entropiq win it, wouldn't you know? They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have. They were lower, but they did.
Yep. The numbers weren't looking good, Harry, but...
That is the most excited you're ever going to hear anyone sound about a knife round, because it genuinely has huge implications here in Entropiq. CT side start.
Oh dear, Astralis. Social media managers quaking in their boots as we speak. But let's see if that fear is well-founded, or if Astralis have a well-grounded T side. It's more than likely they do, but you got to pull it out right at the very beginning. Full armor for Entropiq. It's that door to B play. We've got a spawn peek for Ellie, and he's playing connector though. Listening out for pitters, for patters, and for titters and for tattlers as Astralis try and fake a little mid play. They hide outside a monster. Oh, and the CTs find out the hard way. Nice pick for Config. Krad's going to trade him, but he can't escape. Blaine dinks him right back. 4-on-3. Don't tell me you're going to walk into this. The monster flash, and still Lackey gets one. Nickelback, are they ready? Yes. The bomb's committed. He tries to drop it. He can't stop it. And Blame and Glaive have combined together for this round. It's only Elian up from heaven, the one player who has had a weak day today, and he is being faked and played with in this pistol. Oh, that's it.
Drops in
that's
as
it.
well.
That's the round,
right there.
The drop. I thought he might have
Zip
heard
even
them.
makes it out.
Lovely bait from Zip. Just that jump does it all it needs to do. Elian realizes there's always hope, but it might just be cope in this position.
Yeah, normally Orpa's are great pistol players, but in a 1v3 like this, he's going to go looking for kills. And even though he finds Blame F, there just simply is not time to win the round. Tap on the bomb again. Just going to have to keep baiting peak for peak, and you have to connect these shots, and they're just kind of toying with you now. They're laughing to themselves. Elian's going to go hunting. It's the only thing he's got left. And there's it to close it. So Astralis, they do find the pistol. Yeah, you know, a lot of aggressive moves from Entropiq there.
Yeah.
You know, lots of aggression coming out across the board. I do think that's one of the ways that T's actually have an all-right way in, especially in a pistol round like that. You know, taking short water, you definitely weren't expecting to get double killed. Like, Blame F does a really good job of stealing away that man advantage. But then that double down on the aggro through Monster, once you've spotted them stacked on the right side as well. Bit of a head-scratcher, but it's all well and good. Pistols, they can feel 50-50. So here is the force back in for Entropiq, and this time a little more measured. They employ the boost, they spot short water, and that's going to allow Krad to move in without the fear of getting domed by a player running through that short tunnel.
It's a slow crawl, and already the misread here for Entropiq, moving Forest up towards that top site. And I say misread, maybe the wrong terms. Astralis, it's fine. You know, ultimately, wherever they go, as long as they go together, Harry, happy-go-lucky. Little pack of Danes, a flock of Danes floating through connector, clearing the corners and coming out of middle at the same time.
Now, Nickelback's going to get the info early, but Condor still on. Krad's not going to be able to lurk up from behind. The nades are good, and Nickelback does as much as you could expect anyone to do in that situation. Bomb's still a long way away, but it's going to start to move in on the back of Zip. Smoke at long puts a lot of pressure on Ellie, and they can come through that whenever, but it's actually a con drop back into a B play, and Krad gets that info.
Oh, lovely.
Jump shot by Lucky. And Entropiq, no one in B apart from Lucky on this Deagle. Normally good for kills is Laxter, but more like lackluster. There's Forest with one, make it a double. Bomb plant comes in with seconds to spare.
Nice.
And Zip's going to go on to close the round. A stray bullet by the looks of things, actually finding the second player.
From Lackey to lacking, it's not going to be the Deagles coming out on top, and Astralis convert 2-0. This now next round should be even more free. These are, you know, even if Astralis come in with a banging T side, which wouldn't surprise me now, as they know this is their tournament life on the line. It would be, you know, it would be a nice reassurance, let's say, to go 3-0 up and to start controlling this map from the offset. Nice grenade. If it was 2, it would have been a double. That's what 2 means. But I mean double kill, obviously. Forrester falls off the top. Oh, the reboost. Hello. Flame's ready for your trickery.
Yeah. He did have a suspicion. No evidence for it, so not the accusation, right? Here's Elian, jiggling, wiggling, and dead. The Glave.
All right, just walking into one man now.
This is an Astralis third. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
with ourselves.
yeah, of course.
This, you know, nothing really could go wrong. Nothing should go wrong. And there's the kill for Config. Gets the opener. Makes it a double. That's 2, as Hugo did point out to us earlier on.
Yes. Competition.
Back here in middle. Heard a footstep. Heard something. Keeping his wits about him. In the playground. Here's Nickelback. And that is where his journey ends. Look at him. Where's his mates? He's looking around. He's like, mate, they said they'd meet me here in round 3. Oh, no, but it's the Woolly Blame F showing up to the playground.
Nice.
What
What a
he's
check.
stolen the lunch money of Nickelback.
Back in line, buddy. It's Astralis time. 3-0 up. Here's the gun round, though. And I mean, if there were ever a moment for Elian to come in, swinging, storming on the CT side with the big green Harry, El Grande Verde, it would be now. He's going to drop lower. He had the spawn. He really wanted to go mid, but you know, beggars can't be choosers.
Hey,
and
you might be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, that's one. Quick pick on the Zip, and now the flash is dodged. Elliot with a flick, and he's feeling himself now. That's more like it.
The Guardian of B! Look at him go, Hugo!
Oh, well, if there were ever a time for Elian to wake on up, this would be it. 4 in the round.
Manifest destiny, mate. Look at him go. On for the ace now.
Here we go. Oh, he's dead.
Can he get it? Yes, Elian! Quiet all day! But in the first round of Overpass, that AWP has had more impact now than in any of the maps so far.
Absolutely, and the CS gods have gifted him the mid spawn, Harry. They say, B is free, B is all yours. And now back to middle with you. And I'm sure he'll meet Astralis there. What a round. And again, like we have just been talking about Elian being underwhelming all day long, all tournament long really, but that is one time to wake up, to get your guns going quick. He's gonna fight mid, being flashed off, but he's still on the angle. One man has made it across. The rest of Astralis, they're not deterred by the B play. They go back to it. They never got to do what they wanted after all. And so, flashes towards short. More dropped on the ground for Astralis to run this exec. And while they've done a little bit of mid-noise, it's not going to do much to the setup. Entropiq still lean 3 lower with a man up top connector. Crad can come in for the backstab on B short later. And one problem we saw for Astralis in previous maps on this map was, having Blame F lurking short in many rounds. He's not doing that this time. He is just with the gang, with the pack, popping out Monster into the stack, and Lackey never cleared because he was flashed as well. Glaive will trade, Nickelback on top of the barrels, dead to Glaive with the big entries, and Lucky cuts a rotate. It's a perfect round for Astralis. That's what they wanted last time. A little bit later, but even greater, and they go back up top.
Dude, no, don't do this again to Elliot.
Yeah,
poor guy, right? Pistol round, same thing happened. Now, Lucky is making noise. He's heard him. Elliot's got ears. Does he have tears for these fears? It's a mad world indeed up at this A-bomb site. And Elliot's going to attempt to brave it head on.
Now, with Blame still lurking lower, this is a 1v2 that, Elian will never know about. He'll always expect everyone here. So, even if he gets these picks, he's never going to stick the bomb with no kit. Giving it a go. Lucky close on the corner. Elian, quick shot, but not connecting. And Lucky, who made the space in that round by killing Crowd on the rotate, allowed Astralis to go back upper. And maybe they were thinking after they got 4 kills and saw Elian still alive, he might be on this B side. We just saw him there. Loud and proud. Lackey has immediately bought the AWP and dropped it over. So Entropiq know their win condition has to be with this guy spearheading it. And he has a mid-spawn. It's not the best mid-spawn, but it is a mid-spawn. So he'll take it, maybe going for a con pick. He slows himself down to get that Molotov out, forcing grenades out of Astralis early. Double molly in mid, nice combo. Astralis don't want to use 2 smokes. That feels like overkill, so they'll respect the second. But it did cost them the first, and in doing so, Nickelback has taken some serious space. Elian can dedicate connector with that mid-smoke as well. Astralis are going to care player and party, or one-waying the smoke. Now, they should clear this. They are late, and they're checking all their corners, especially with that party molly. This is perfect for Astralis. Nickelback has no support, but they don't clear it. Glaive does. Second man in. The spray transfer by Nickelback, and that's the bomb loose. Elian's too far away to help out. It's still a one-man army. Nickelback has to fight for his life. It's Lucky trying to bait the AWP shot out. He knows there could be a rifle here, an AWP, and it hits the shot. Still a 2-for-1 from the captain, and still sat back is Elian on B. Swapping sides with Crad as Astralis move up middle on long.
Yeah, info's come in. Lackey is pushed all the way through Monster. And so the penny should be dropping right about now. The rotation's coming up towards A. Crad, he's been spotted on that little jump peak, but he does best blame F in the head-to-head. Now, with Zip dead, it's going to leave Lucky all alone. Far from home and a lot to do. Scoped up, but swung from the left side. It's Elian closing it out with a double, and don't get away with the double AWP, but not the end of the world.
Still kept his. Not like Forrester dropped his gun. He's on E mode, not G mode. Just deeks now. Pistols out for Astralis. And little pop into middle. Crowd will stop it with a spawn. And back he goes. Bit of trigonometry on the fadeaway with a nade to con. Lackey spams Zip through the monster smoke. And Astralis just poking their heads around corners with pistols. But Elian waits in the toilet with a double as well. The reassurance continued. But there are no ecos. Blaming a 1v5. Damage is lovely. And door shut on his face. Forrester with a full 360. It's one way to do it. Style. And 5 alive for Entropiq as they come in with the anti-eco. But it's all delay for Astralis to get this gun round in, to get Lucky back on his T-side AWP. And hopefully he can challenge Elian in this game, who's already come off strong start.
I am glad that we're getting him looking like this, because it's been a real shame. Like, we all know Elian used to be like one of the real talking points about Entropiq. Like, you go into a game and it'd be like, yeah, this guy's going to pop up. He's going to cause problems. And he has just been a non-factor up until this map. So great to see that form restored. Is it going to be enough? That's ugly for Forrester and Glaive. And Zip have run amok in this B's sight. Zip can't make it a double, but he's done enough. He's done the Lord's work here on these entries. Only Alien left. You know where this guy so often resides. It's over here towards A. Now, they want to try and throw this A fake at him again. Glaive is going out into B, trying to confirm whether or not this AWP is there, but he's in middle, and now that you've seen him, you want to move away. You still got time. Glaive's going on a big flank, taking all the ground over towards CT. And Elian now probably just going to turn his attention towards saving the window to win this round, having long since sailed by.
And Blame might even be here to stop the gun. A little mid-peek, he's walking it. Oh, he does step the corner, but not going to be able to stop Blame. And with that, you just want to put distance between yourself and your last known position. Astralis find a fit. This is looking like a far better T-side on Overpass than we've seen from really anyone this tournament. And we're only early days, so this can build. Still have a rebuy for Entropiq after their flawless previous round. And Glaive, hello. He's got the kill, surely. Surely not. Elian will keep his AWP. So there's something at least. You can just tell from how he's playing, though, he's got his confidence back, or at least somewhat. And Astralis, their game plan's going to revolve around trying to avoid him as much as they can. But they've already been doing that a lot, right? We saw with some of these B rounds where they run in through Monster and they get all the entries and they still bail back out Con. I like those calls. They're, you know, they're of low risk, to be honest, especially if the bulk of your team is playing together. And, you know, in that one round, I'm thinking of where Elian was heaven, Zip just gets the info and that basically confirms the round for Astralis.
Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous about the B holds. It's kind of melting like putty in Glaive's hands, man. Like,
call him the Clay Man.
Yeah, I mean, the Claymore, mate. He's on like area denial over towards short.
Nice. Holding for the triple boost. Zip is ready for any occasion. But that is something Entropiq like to employ in the CT side. Elian. He likes to employ death. Another pick out mid. Crad tries to escape and Elian jumps to smoke, but he might get spammed. Glaive. One right, a well-placed bullet would do enough, but Elian's able to bail back to the bomb site. Zip lurking B, the bulk of Astralis still in this long position. Default on. Oh, okay. I was going to say not netting any kills, but as I open my mouth, Lucky closes Crads, taps him in the head. Bit of re-aggression at long with no flash. Just a dry fight.
There's been a few rounds like that, and I think the way you give T's an in is
like
taking these peaks where you're sat like real pretty at that point in time. Maybe Elian can still save the day. The bomb going in alone. They've got to commit to the A play now, and Elian's not missing a beat. Only Blame F remains, where all the others have failed. He's got to try and find success, but his task is taller than anyone's, and Elian bests him.
That was Astralis' round, man. They just pulled it back from the brink of defeat.
Dude, this is like a polar opposite map to the others for Entropiq. Now it's Elian doing everything, and everyone else doing nothing. Like as hard as they can to make these rounds tricky for him.
Oh, dude, that's such a rare mistake to see from Glaive. There was nothing even wrong with going A in that round because Astralis had not only the long pick, but then they pick B, and Zip goes out monsters to sell that. He throws nades, he shows his hand, and at that point you're hoping, okay, maybe Entropiq are dropping back down CT. They're not, but it's fine. Entropiq just stay in their setup because they've lost picks on both sides of the map. But if Astralis were going to go, they needed to go together and not with the bomb first. Gave them no get-out clause. That's a really awkward round to lose that I imagine they're somewhat discussing, but you don't want to dwell in the past. You want to move forward to the future. And while talking of that, their money is trash. So they might even just force to get it on the same page. It looks like that will be the call. That's really awkward for Glaive, man. Don't see him make those mistakes often. And so A little force for Astralis and maybe a faster approach towards B. They haven't really focused on taking short this map, so this would be a perfect round to get an eye test towards that position.
I mean, every time they've actually found these openers, such as from the boost, right? Where we saw Forrester have a kind of uncharacteristic miss. Instead, it's going to be one of these little monster pops. Forrester, now's the chance. They do get past him. The flashes destroy his day. Luckily enough, Nickelback's there to pick up the slack. Out towards short. Won't yield any results, and Glaive even gets caught trying to give the gun over. Yeah. Not an impossible round to get away with a little bit more for Astralis. A chance to do damage and keep Entropiq looking very modest. They're going to send Lucky on a solo mission over here towards the A site, while Blame waits outside of Monster, just sat back on his laurels, hoping someone overextends. And with how often Entropiq have, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, the longer Astralis wait, the more Entropiq start to doubt and reset, but the more info they also get. However, is that misinfo? Nickelback gets spotted by Lucky. He saw the legs climbing up. Lucky kills BlameF, and this bomb is still here. Free kill for Lucky. He knows the AWP is close. This could be everything. Getting this kill, getting your primary weapon. The flash is perfect for Lucky. He won't go for the orb. He's still got a rifle, and time is of the essence. Lucky with the smoke can cross and stick, and Elian now. His team have really made this map hard for him. A 1v1, and Lucky swings, but he won't connect. Tag hits for Elian, not much damage. Pistols are out. Elian thinks he's done more damage than he has, and it's Lucky's tech that reigns out on top. Astralis pick it up off the back of the young gun. But boy, oh boy, that one is gonna hurt.
It's another one of these rounds where, you know, you're so desperate to get info, to get fights. And mate, with Astralis' biggest problem being that they don't have this phenomenal entry power, it comes as a real mystery to me, man. It really does. Like, that round there, you're 3-on-2, I get it. You want the info. You don't want to get, like, ruined up in the A site when, you know, B's looking clear, but, you know, double group and short, you get away with the kill. Caught by the con flank, and then it all just goes downhill. You know, if you were just kind of set up for like a retake round, they have very little to work with on the side of Astralis there. It was pistols, that was it. Flash dodge, Nickelback will provide the first, and now he hears that con swing. Might want to try and get out of here, and he will escape with the man advantage. That's one of the most measured attempts at an opening fight we've had. Not content with one, he's got a hero gun. He wants to get involved for more. Employing the boost there, I like that move. A little safer.
Whoa. Don't try that against Config. He won't let you have it again. God, yeah. I mean, that's a sick clutch for Lucky, even with the mistakes made from Entropiq. Oh, the monster push. Config saw legs, goes back for the bite, and he chows down on Lucky, who is just really throwing himself into fight to Monster, but none of them to any success for Entropiq. And this bomb's been seen at Monster, and that has kept the triple B. But do Astralis want to recommit late? Right now, Elian's flanking. But this is going to be the B play. Nickelback looks ready. Elian on the T-spawn wrap. And Lucky looking for a flank that's not apparent because it's too far gone. Nickelback drops the bomb, and Glaive, a ranged fight with a Mac-10. Can he swap out? Can he get a real gun? He has 20 seconds. A backstab is going to be here soon. Nickelback doesn't even need to fight. He's dead from short, and he's probably not happy at his team. He had two teammates there, and no one stopped the short play, but it's still going to be the round for Entropiq. As much as Astralis win their force by, Entropiq do it right back.
And, you know, finally, there wasn't, I mean, okay, there was the little swing from Lucky, but that one's a little more forgivable. You know, 5-on-4, just taking a peek. It's only pistols around those guns, so you just wanted to make sure that, you know, there was no funny business going on. It kept that commitment down towards B. It kept everybody there. And with Elian getting so much information on his A push, you know, it did net them that stack down towards the B site. Now a little pause for Astralis. Ave going to weigh in. I mean, truthfully, they should already be happy with this T site. You know, this is one of the best T halves we've seen yet in the event, and it's a long way from being over.
Yeah, but that alone is reassuring for Astralis, just having a bit of having a few rounds to lean back on if things go wrong here. Entropiq, again, have depth on this map. For Astralis, we're still figuring out their pool. We still don't know exactly where Mirage rests in it. It was their second ban out of this series. But that's, and I actually kind of respect that, because that's like less Astralis playing into their own game and more them just, you know, respecting their opponent and their best map in the pool. You don't want that to be the decider. Mirage has been so good for Entropiq. Nades high, but no one there boosting or spotting. And it's a cool based off of the info that Config got last round. He saw players jumping. It's also very common just to get info, so it's worth a try on an eco round like this. But it's only 2 nades for Astralis, so it doesn't show everyone a B. And that's because everyone's not a B. Blame's cleared Con with a proactive walk. And Astralis just getting out of middle now. Elian's deep long with a rifle. And we saw that AKing at the end of Nuke on his T side. He got a lot of entries towards the end of that game. So we know the rifle's at least warm. Crad, same story. Picks up Glaive and backs out safe. They are going to try and close this gap, get a bit closer. They could even walk the smoke. Nothing to lose in a round like this. Crad, is he ready for the play? Spots them and, oh, accidentally tags Blame down to 6. Caught in the open, though. Lucky finally converts that kill. It's a very scary one. Zip spotted in mid, and Elian, the bomb's made it past him. He has to tell his team to go back up on that rotate, but right now Astralis forget the plant. They're trying to kill Elian. They're trying to get this gun out of long position. He's just going to get there safely. Pushing Zip. Needs to care his back now. They swing together. He's got the spot. And he's got this shot. Blame gone. Lucky trades and not another pistol clutch, surely. There's just no time.
Oh, yeah, wrecked by nice the aim punch, you know. Gives it his best shot. But that is Entropiq coming in with the equalizer still. You know, these rounds up against pistols, these little 4 spies, always finding some damage to try and keep Entropiq modest. Impact of that can't be understated enough, right? I mean, yeah, you still have an AWP to contend with, but there's a world where money starts to get tight. Suddenly, you know, Astralis win a round and they're on for one of those 2-for-1s, forcing an eco or at best a partial buy out of Entropiq. It's going to have to come in the future, though. This is the real chance to keep it nice and squeaky clean for this CT side. They need that now more than ever.
Blame. You'd love more than a Glock in this position, but don't really have much of a choice. Astralis again doing what they did last round, just crawling through this divider area. There's no smoke in the way this time. But Nickelback, if anything, that's a blessing in disguise. He gets that early warning. Yeah, another smoke is down, but they don't respect. They run right through. He couldn't get the flash out in time. Switched off. Luckily, Astralis are not running him down just yet. So dumping util where he can. Astralis show 3 on A with the bomb, and now they walk right back. It's a good little fake out, as much as you can do in a round with nothing. Blame is in the B smoke, and we've seen this let Entropiq's defense down before, but luckily not this time. This is not a round Entropiq can afford to lose. Lucky gets his kill. Astralis just walk out short.
Yeah, that's the bomb now spotted. Lucky on his way to make some money here. We'll need bailing out by Elian at the end, but still, you know, 3 kills from that SMG. It's all well and good. It makes a lot of cash for you. 1,800 earned. Kind of means he comes out of that round with just over 4,000 in his pocket on top of what he already had, so he's feeling fine.
Okay, another big round for Astralis here. This T-side's fine. 6 rounds is good. Nothing to turn your nose up at, but it can be better. It can be so much more. You can't break the money in this half, but you can set yourself up for what would be an excellent T-side. I'd class 7 as excellent here on this map. And so AWP unlucky. Top performer for Astralis right now. Not just in kills, but also in impact with that 1v3 clutch that really flipped the script in this map. Crad is a very aggressive mid-hold right now. He doesn't have support, and the Molotov will make him decide against it. Back he goes. Elian's in con with the orb, so Crad wants to try and stay near to assist him, to bait in for him. Eventually, Elian's going to flank with the AWP. This is damn aggressive stuff. And so the more Crad can slow down this mid play, the more potent Elian is in the back line. Orb is not a flank gun. but he'll have to go for it. He's come this far. And oh my god. Astralis will be out, but Krad's going to know this, and he is now living in the bomb site. Alien's made the right call on this flank play. And even just getting one and ducking back would be everything here. It would make Astralis really slow down or speed up, and at that point, Entropiq, they've stacked this A site fully.
Oh, opener found for Lucky.
He saw a party player.
He did, but he wants more than that. He wants to win the whole damn round. He's going to start to flank long. These guys in this site need to stay alive. They need to buy time for Alien to come in on this wrap round. There's one kill from it. Another falls. Glaive alone out on the long side. Double opener. And they know about this AWP now. Flash over the top of long. Delays the plot, but Alien's dead on the swing. It's all eyes on Lucky. The only man left alive. Glaive's trapped close. And he's clean. 3 kills from the man.
Glaive, what a beast, dude. He got off the plant, Harry. Like you said, if Glaive sticks that bomb, he dies. Even if he gets the plant, he dies in the post. And Alien, the only reason he loses that round right there is because of the long smoke that goes out. I think it was from Astralis to get them close to the A site, right? And there's just, I mean, it's massive gaps. So maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a CT smoke. If so, that's a real problem. Alien, he just tries to chase, and he can only see one player. He would have loved to stop that bomb from making it to the site. Glaive gets off the plant. He turns around, he 3Ks, and he denies the AWP. Beautiful round out of Glaive, the hero for Astralis. They never knew they were being flanked. Krad's in connector, he's opened the door. Nickelback's again gone back for the aggressive mid, but he didn't know Glaive was also out. Astralis are looking to win the half on the T side, and that is everything. Back to B they go. Bit of spam, it's not bad at all. Alien's AWP left at long, but now needs to rotate down as Astralis get ready to burst Monster.
Yeah, you saw something there on that jiggle, but they're coming through the smoke. They're getting up in the face of Lucky. Forrester holds the line with a triple. And now it's Glaive, the hero of rounds gone by, to try and win out the half for Astralis. Molly at short, swinging through, but Glaive is one step ahead. It's Alien versus the Titan of Glaive. He's seen him in heaven. He's going to try and duke him. He's going to try and play with him. The big dupe.
Oh no.
In sight, and now Glaive up through Con. Alien's hot on his heels, but is going to miss this timing.
He knows, at least he hasn't doubted himself and thought, hey, maybe Glaive's rap Monster. Maybe it is B after all. Glaive's double back. Does he? Oh, he knows.
He's running.
Oh, he's been played with.
No!
Knife him, Glaive. No, he has a bit more respect than that, but not enough to give him the round. 4 from Glaive. Beautiful clutch attempt there. No, not attempt. Success. Everything they needed and more. 8 T rounds from Astralis. Despite Forrester's best efforts to stop the B rush, 3 kills from him. And Astralis, that is the best T side on Overpass this whole tournament. Entropiq have had trouble in this half. You don't want to call it a halftime, not at all. The level is raised, the roof pretty high right now, but Astralis are in pole position to take this series and go on to fight Ecstatic in the next round.
Something else that's kind of concerning is like the openers were 10-5 in favor of Entropiq. That's what I mean with like some of this overfacing we had. You know, the fact that they've won out the half while finding significantly less openers is a cause for concern.
There's one.
Alien going to add another to the ranks, and this time it is the all-in B commit. Zip, those shots sail on by. The push out through Monster, but there's more where that came from. Blame F and Config. Terrible twosome inside of this B site, dancing around in the water. Config still trying to fight, keep them at bay with this USP. No more utility. They're going to wait for a bit of re-aggro, and Config, along with Lucky, find a killer piece. And there's the round for Astralis, putting 9 on the board, and a chance to launch themselves even further into the lead here.
Yeah, that's perfect as well, considering that's a 5-on-3 once again for Entropiq. You know, it's the curse that keeps on continuing, Harry. It happens in the second half as well. Astralis hold down that B bomb site, despite one player even getting mollied out. That was just 2 players just locking it in initially. Astralis flip it once more, even further. 10 rounds surely theirs, as Entropiq only have pistols. Gonna run the molly. Nate goes to playground, but no one's there. Krad's close mid instead. And Entropiq, I'm not going to sugarcoat this round for you. It's Astralis' every day of the week.
Yeah, you got one flash to try and make it interesting, but it's going to have to be a damn good flash, I'll tell you that much. Nothing's going to get Astralis' eyes off the prize. Not now, not ever.
Yeah, and these are those, you know, not deep tournament, but deep series situations that Astralis, like these players, not even just the core of the major winners, but everyone here, with the exception of Lucky, is just so experienced in that they're not going to let slip, that they know what they're fighting for, they know how close they are. They're dodging elimination by taking this final map.
Well, also, like, just compare the CT sides, you know, you're only up against pistols, and that's why, for the most part, there's, like, no re-aggression. But, hell, I mean, if this was Entropiq on the CT side, they'd be taking short water, they'd be, you know, up in your face. And Astralis, you know, other than Config, they don't take that risk. Yeah. The bomb now dropped it short, and any hope of getting away with anything in this round is out the window. Elian's just playing for damage. And he'll receive some, all right. There's 10 on the board for Astralis.
Look at the scoreboard right now for Entropiq. Elian, 25 and 10. No one else making any noise. Nickelback has been the hard carry for Entropiq in this series as well. While Forrest has had some good rounds and a pretty good game, Nickelback, the in-game leader, not the guy you need to frag, has been all over it. He was 25 kills by the end of Ancient. He was 26 on Nuke. And yeah, we said Elian was silent in both those maps, but this time, when he needs his team more than ever, they have gone cold. Can they warm up? Astralis' Molly tries to help them with that, but again, double Molly. As much as Entropiq did on the CT side, there's not much you can do about it. You've got to respect the second one. So it delays Entropiq's mid-take. Astralis Glaive gets given a second chance at life. He just jumps out as that door goes open and gets the info as well for the jump. Good grenade. This is a bonus round for Astralis. Winning it is going to gift them with nice AK-47s to take home. Minted.
Re-smoke at Monster going to cause you a couple of problems as you just wait on the other side of it now. Just having to sit around. And during all of this, you're kind of paranoid that Astralis could be anywhere, right? They could have pushed long. Sure, they can't be down con. That's the one thing you've got right now. But even that now hangs in the balance with Krad getting sifted from the ranks. It's ugly for Lackey. Can't control the AK, can't control the spray. And the rest of his team starting to get picked apart. Elian and Forrest are left standing. They're moving away. Maybe just to save these guns.
Yeah, I love that reaction for Astralis when they get flashed on B. It's partly because the spacing between the flash and the players is pretty off for Entropiq. But Astralis, you see, when they get popped a monster blinded, they're just all running back. They take short. They run back to pit, they run back to site bridge, they just get out of the way. And that just, you know, by the time that Entropiq are out monster, the flashes are faded, Zip's able to get a couple of kills. That's just a way better look than when Entropiq are double monster. They get blinded and they are just, you know, they have to spray, win the fights blind, or, you know, hope Astralis don't check them in the corner. Sometimes that happened to Lackey. But for the most part, yeah, the spacing between the flash and the play was a bit off there for Entropiq. And so Astralis just get a second chance at life. A chance to open their eyes post-blind. And 3 in a row on the CT half with an awkward save. This is not the call you want to have if you're Entropiq. Yeah, you keep 2 guns, but really you'd like your money in this same place. It's going to mean, I mean, how? Oh, yeah, he got it. When do you ever see a 5-man boost with an AK? Desperate times called with desperate measures, and Config gets quietened.
I'm 90% sure in this, but I'm pretty sure it was Config, one of the first guys to actually like AK one-tap an AWP getting boosted there. I swear he's the guy who did that.
Maybe you're right.
I'm gonna look
there.
that up.
That sounds right. It sounds very Config-esque, but who knows? Forrester. Oh, these 2 guns are getting weird. Elian will be dropped, but that's a gun gifted over. Lackey has armor, so does Nickelback. Anyone but Krad here, really, should be running that rifle. And so hopefully they'll make that switch in a second. But they're going to group back to B and Astralis. I mean, this position for Zip might be winning the round, Harry. It's a weird angle, but you can see he's crouched, right? When you crouch, your head goes to the right, and so he's got more cover than his POV will make you believe. It's going to be hard to headshot this guy. And even if he dies, Glaive, Lucky, everyone's moving in. Good positions. We still have the armorless player on the AK. Nickelback kills Lucky and Con, and they don't need to bail because they've found Zip as well. Glaive in B has stopped Crad, but there's only 20 seconds. They have to commit. It's a one-man army against the world.
He's playing up close to the molly. I think they're expecting a little more respect. It should still get checked, but that's the bomb dropped. Glaive gets out of there. The nade's big. It's going to slow it down, and Forrester is able to regain some semblance of control.
I mean, they're relying on the re-peek there, really. They weren't even looking for the bomb plant, Harry. They need Glaive to peek them, and fortunately he does. But that's a very scary round. However, double AK save, and look at the effect it has. Look at Config. Lovely zoom. Thank you for that. He is just jumping and hopping around. He is not ready for that play at all, especially when you know they don't have an AWP. Talking about boost, so we've seen players like Simple pre-aim it a lot, especially as it's come more into meta and more expected, but that was not a round that you would think it's in play.
I did my research. It was Config who stopped it, if you remember. He shot Shiro. I couldn't remember the team it was.
Yeah, he dinked him.
He shot Shiro to 1 HP and then he crated. Yeah. So, you know, some revenge from Elian, right, for his CIS Orpin brethren. This time getting the AK the other way around.
That's so funny. Yeah, and Config, in that round, he dinked him with an AK. You don't see that every day. 99-1 with an AK, excuse me. Robbed. But, you know, full damage will do it, and if anything, that's funnier. So we're all for it. Config's having a quiet one today.
This buy's interesting, man. They've thrown everything in. They put the AWP on Blame F alongside Lucky, and he's going to get out there with the kill. This is going to trigger a bit of a response for Entropiq, and Lucky is not ready for the speed at which they're out through the toilets. Lucky and Nickelback deliver the goods. Zip smoked off at Dumpster, is now locked out of the round, and at this point you might just think about saving. It was a very hefty investment. Double AWP in the 2-on-4 retake never feels good, but that gives you a lot to work with in this follow-up round if you're looking for silver linings.
Yeah, at least they save it, right? And as you say, that's a reassuring one. We've already seen Entropiq just now win a round with 2 rifles. 2 AWPs is even better on CT Overpass, but got to make sure those saves happen, and Nickelback has been dispatched by himself to go kill. But he shouldn't be here in time to do anything. Might have to be Lucky, the only guy who can face. And that was awkward for Lucky as well. Like you said, timing's not ready. He's just scoped up on long out Dumpster and wasn't even thinking about short players. Zip, careful on the jump, but he will make it out. And both those AWPs survive the round. That's something for Astralis. 9 on the T side now for Entropiq. They're trying to warm back in. They've been given a second chance with that rifle, or that 2 rifle round. And they're looking to make the most of it. Astralis, I mean, you don't really want to buy around these 2 guns, because you just have 2K a player. It's perfect to play the long game. Lucky's going to get given the AWP. So nice to see Astralis set up their AWP player. That has just been assured in this tournament, right? Like, you know, we were wondering a little bit whether Lucky will be main AWPing. Will there be times where Glaive's stealing it off him? You know, we know Config can, or does, that's awkward, does second AWP, and even Blame, who's playing in this round. Maybe Config's even said, like, yeah, I don't want the AWP. You know, Blame all you, buddy, because Config's having his quietest map of the day. Or maybe it's a big flex from Blame. What are you going to do about it? Double long push with the AWP supporting. But Entropiq, they slip the net. They walk right out middle. At any point, this flank could activate. Elian's holding for it, but will his patience run thin?
I mean, this definitely has potential to get weird. Elian's seen one. Lucky wins his fight with the AWP. That other AWP still on the back of Blame F is over in the A site, and so if you try to pick up the pace, oh, they're discounting a wrap as well. Zip started to come in on one of these.
Does he?
They have just gotten past him in toilets, but that's where Lucky looks to hold the line, getting pressured, and a missed shot there. might cost you everything. You've still got this wraparound for Zip. You've still got him in with a chance, but they've evaded capture for now. Another missed shot from the double AWP.
Here he comes.
Zip needs to do it all. Elian's heard him. He's heard the footsteps.
Oh,
and Forrester's going to beat him to it. Only Config left alive, Entropiq. Looking to make 10. Appear where that 9 is. That's how it works. Breaking the illusion.
Zip had a really good flank timing there, but he didn't activate as soon as he could have. If he walked into toilets ASAP, he might have had Elian dead before he escaped to long. And once Elian got long, he heard Zip running behind him with an AK. Forrester is slightly wider on the angle, steals the kill quick. And both the AWPs in that round get caught off. Lucky it's more forgivable. He got his pick, and then Nickelback like jumped him and swung around with a model. But then the other AWP in the bomb site, not able to get into a spot in time, and just caught in the open, 10 to 11. Bit of a comeback attempt for Entropiq, but here's another full buy for Astralis. However, it is lacking just those little bit of extra pieces. Nades. Uh-oh, Astralis. Thank goodness they were doing the half boost. They barely take damage. Could have gone a lot worse for them there. Oh, monster spam. Careful. And Astralis, they count their lucky stars. And they get right out of there. Forrester try and fake out the B side right now. There's still a heavy mid hold waiting for a reaction. But with no AWP, with no kit, with even limited utility, Astralis, this is not a perfect buy for them. Someone's got to be the hero. And it's a really nice read right now. Triple A on top. And Lucky hears this con lurker being a nuisance.
Oh, he's going to go hunting for Crad. Just shot in the back. Never even worried. Never even worried about it, but he should have been. As they continue this little tirade through the toilets, that's when Blame will respond with a swing, and that's also the bomb now spotted. Forrester is a long way from home. Still looking for this connector kill. If he finds it... Oh, no, that's awkward.
I don't know what he was thinking. That you knew Lucky was in con. It was just cool. This is a weird one for Entropiq. The AWP needs to open. Elian's done that. That's his 30th. Now Nickelback. Oh, he's not needed. Elian's got 2. There's still a CT player throwing the smoke, but Elian has a cross. He tells his teammate to commit with the plant, but now he needs to care the smoke. Glaive doubles back, and Elian moves in. Nickelback has to care the flank as well, but Lucky is regrouped in CT to help his teammate. And this is a very weird retake with no kit.
Oh, Elian holding for the cross. Dead to Glaive. And Lucky was that nasty surprise. The late rotate. Gonna catch them.
I mean, what was Forrester doing there? Like, he cleared connector, but he never checked the corners. He wasn't even, like, looking for Lucky. He was just expecting him to have escaped out B short as the door was off, but it was always off. Very strange. Elian tries his best. He really has just been trying to one-man army this map right now from the get-go, from the first rifle round with his ace on the AWP. But Astralis, that is a massive round to win. They had no business doing it. Low economy, barely a buy round. And now they have an AWP, now they have kits, now they have everything. And every reason to close this series.
Fair enough, not hanging around for the mid-fight with the kind of game Elian's having. The boost up gonna net you an early frag onto Lackey. Never even considers it. Quad B stack from the get-go. And this might just be the all-in B commit. It's a nice flash to set up Nickelback. And Crad has somehow reclaimed the man advantage. Now going back to get this bomb. Do they want to follow through? Do they want to commit? They know that Blame F was here as well.
This is something Astralis did really well in the first half, right? When they got these kills, they would... It was actually more by design for Astralis. They would peel back out and they'd rotate up A in 3 or 4 on ones. But because of the bomb being left back in spawn and Elian being all the way over in connector, Entropiq, I don't know if they expected such a nice trade out of B. They went 3 for 1, or 3 for 2, sorry. And so that's fine. They make the best of this. They hold off for a moment, but it will still be that recommit into solo Blame. Can he stop this push? If Elian get the barrel molly in, this could be a 1 round, but instead they're not trading the kill. Forrest is holding Monster. It allows the molly to come in from heaven. This is a weird one for Entropiq, but Elian's going to follow up Lucky again in the clutch. He didn't know they're already in, and Forrester converts the spray. Scary round for Entropiq. Very, very scary, but they do get it over the line. And a techie as Config drops. My goodness, this game is on a knife's edge right now. And folks, if you're wondering, this is already the lower bracket. There's no more lifelines here at Funspark. This is elimination or the lower final v ecstatic. The other Dane brains of Birth from Sky are waiting. And maybe they'll meet some Danes of their own, or maybe it will be more CIS action. Ecstatic, they've been up against Entropiq already in this tournament. They lost 0-2 to them. We spoke to Wolfie earlier. He said he felt like he should have gone a third map, and it was, well, really at his, under his hand, that 15-14 clutch that he just fell short of in map 2. So will it be repeat matchup, or will it be Dane on Dane action? I kind of want that. I think we all want that a little bit. Astralis v Ecstatic, especially with the tournament Ecstatic are having, could be spicy.
Yeah, poor Elian, he doesn't want that.
No.
32 and 13, wow. Man. Like, just to give you an idea of this.
He's already
31 and 32 in the entire series. Like, so on the other 2 maps, 31 kills to 32 deaths. Here, 32 kills, so literally doubling it. Yeah, that's madness. And, this is why we said, like, if this guy gets switched on, nothing's impossible. And hell, man, it's a damn good thing he did, because let me tell you, if we didn't get these kind of numbers out of him, this would have been a done deal a long time ago.
Especially with his team, who have been the people like Nickelback, people like Forrester, who have had incredible maps already in the series, have gone pretty quiet. That was a massive double opener for Nickelback into the B bomb site, though, right? He goes 2 for 1. Traded by Crad, who keeps this round afloat, and a little scary on the B recommit, but even without the full util execute into that site, Elian had full nade. He used 1 smoke, that's it. It didn't come back to bite them. Game faces on for Astralis. I don't want this to be their start to the year, especially considering even the slight improvements they made throughout the tournament, right? Day 1 was pretty underwhelming. K23 managed to bang them out in 2 overtime maps, falling on Inferno Shore, but still number 22 in the world. Entropiq a little more respectable at number 9 right now after their major placing. Config's back at least, so should be resuming shortly enough. But no one knows where this game's going. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, a bit of a shame, man, that like Config's the guy having tech problems. He's also the one who has been having the kind of toughest time of things here on Overpass. Also the dude who got AK killed in heaven, right? Config usually a real force to be reckoned with here. Of course, it was on this map that famously he set that old kill record, 47 frags. But it's pretty tense right now. Can assure you of that. No one feels comfortable with botched money for Astralis. They're going to be coming into this, at best with a little collection of pistols. That's really the extent of it. You've at least got some loss bonus to fall back on. $2,400 at the end of this, so we'll be able to come in with the complete package in this follow-up round. But you'd like to think that this is where the game gets equalized once again.
Almost certainly, or something will go very, very wrong. 4B lean for Astralis. Config's in connector with one of the 2 Deagles. And yeah, perfect round to pull out a triple boost. Low risk. High reward. Those sound like my kind of odds.
Yeah, purely employed for info. Blame didn't go up. Despite having the Deagle, it was just a little peek in for Glaive to get the info whether or not anyone was set up at short early. They've heard a bit of util springing out towards A, and so they take a gamble. They move everyone up. There could still be bodies here to be found. But Entropiq are setting up for the B play. And as long as they move in, as long as they don't take too long, there's no real risk of this one getting too spicy.
Yeah, they don't know it, but they've saved themselves with the late B recommit because Astralis almost made the read. However, almost won't cut it. Contact our monster. Very risky, but no problem for Entropiq. And Astralis are going to just lob themselves in through these smokes. Oh my god, nice dink from heaven. Holding short, seeing Glaive. And he goes back for the Deagle. Just to give himself a chance in this round. Lucky's body crumbles. And 12-12 is inevitable. Hate to break it to you. You know what's what is scary is Astralis have to buy here, but this happened their last rifle round. Ooh, their last buy after eco. It was a pretty weak buy, Harry. It relied on, you know, FAMASs. It had no kit. It had no warp. It barely had Molotovs. I think it had 2 mollies in the entire buy. This is similar. It's a little bit better, more loss, but it's similar. Astralis won that round. Remember, that's round 22, where you know they blame went 1 for 1 in toilets and. Elian came out long and got into bank, and Astralis just 2-on-2'd it and got the defuse off with time. Now this is similar, but again, you've got to buy, but it's really not everything you need. It's not everything you want. You don't have a choice. You've got to win it.
Yeah, pressure is more so on Astralis right now, right? They're the ones who are on the downtrodden part of this CT economy, right? The side where things can spiral out of control.
Very ballsy play for Nickelback. He's had enough, really. He's reading them.
Taking a page out of Alex's book with the toilet smoke walk. Calculating risk. And oh, it's a lot of damage. Config.
He saw 2.
He's been spotted, and Forrester given some re-aggression. Crad will deal with Glaive on a solo B push.
He saw 2A. They know. Astralis know that they know. They're reading it as well as Entropiq are. They're going right back down to B. They'll meet them there.
Yeah, this push is actually taking a long while to come through, right? You have to shift everyone down through con, and so Astralis have had time to put bodies here to reinforce this site. This 3-on-4 site hold means everything to the Danes. And up close, Nickelback. Oh, not just enough for him to get info. He wanted even more kills in the round. Only Blame back in CT. Looking desperately for a way back in, for anything to come his way, and it will, but it's everyone all at once, and that's 13 for Entropiq. No money. This was why, you know, Astralis are the ones feeling the pressure right now. All that cash, all the investment, it's gone. Back to pistols again.
Dude, Nickelback is a hero. He has been a little bit tapered in this T side. He's been a little bit passive. It wasn't a problem first half. He was even getting involved with long pushes, party plays, and being super aggro as he is as an in-game leader and getting info. But right there, he jumps through con, headshots the first guy, and then chases A for all the info. He completely put Astralis' timings in the dirt. And even though Astralis, who make the mega read, by the way, who pull everyone down lower, Nickelback continues to hunt. Continues to chase. A long stack. Flash required for this one, or it could get dirty. Deegs are out. This isn't a full USP round. This is one that Astralis can win. If they find the first couple of shots, it can tumble apart. Trades not needed. Lackey with a double. And now he's woken up. 3 frags from the man himself. And no better time to come alive. 14 inevitable, surely. Zip can't stop that lurk of Forrester, and Blame F stuck in connector. The only reassurance is Astralis next round will have no excuses. They will have everything. Their last 2 buys have been weak, but they will have the AWP. They will have the Molotovs. They will even have a kit. But will that save them from this CIS squad?
I mean, you can tell how pressureful this entire thing is.
Yeah.
Because Entropiq is still being so methodical even now with just Blame F alive, right? They don't even want to sustain casualties if they can avoid it. They see what the plight of a downtrodden economy is doing to Astralis, and they want to evade that for as long as they can. And so, you know, the fact that everyone's kind of sitting on the upper echelons of $9,000, $10,000 is going to go such a long way for Entropiq. It means for Astralis, if they do want to win this, it needs to start right now. Like, this is the round. If you don't win this, you are done, and Entropiq will eliminate you. On top of that, you know, they're going to have to grind this out. They're always going to be up against AKs. They're always going to be facing Ellie and Zorb. They're not going to have any free rounds sprinkled in here to close this game out. It's reaching boiling point for Astralis. Out towards the water goes Forrester.
Oh, double up.
He's even looking to get... Oh, man.
God,
this is like such a change of pace. If they go for the B split now, in through short with him so deep already.
Nades are out.
Astralis, mate, they're fiddling with nades. The nade is good. It's a lot of damage. Forrester tapers the short aggression for the time being.
No.
Glaive's gone after one. Zip trade in, and Forrester with the turn. He lights up the site single-handedly. 3 from him on that short wrap. And now the bomb going down. Lucky and Blame, the pressure is on. As we say, like, this is it. You're all in, mate. You're fully committed. That nade just a second late. Can't find these 2 low players.
Don't overface now. You got the bomb in your favor. You got flashes to throw. Forrest is back on short if he wants to lob them, but Entropiq are looking for fights. Astralis hunting. No kit right now. Is there one dropped? I don't see it. Smoke's going to come through. Forrester just slowing them down with the utility. Will it work? No. Elian push back. Everyone low. Crag runs through into the site with the flashbang, and he finds one. It might be enough. Blame's got to throw in the tower. He's got to give up the round. And Entropiq are coming for the kills. They come up for all the glory. Forrester may die, but that doesn't make a damn difference to Entropiq. They've got money coming out of everything. 15 to 12. Elian saves the AWP. Blame saves the M4. And Entropiq may have just saved their tournament lives. This is the Forrester we've been hyping all the series long, who looked like he went stone cold, but I don't know what happened. Nickelback, when he sped up the pace just a couple of rounds ago with that con play into A, and then Entropiq dropped lower, this team is like a completely different roster. They've got their confidence back. It is brimming, it is brewing, but they're just chilling.
Oh, man, it is relieving to see that Forrester can do that. That can work his way back into a game. He looked out of it, as you say, and you know, I think you just hit a point where you realize like Elian can't keep us in this game forever. He can't keep being this guy to try and haul the bodies of Entropiq over the line. He's really tried his damnedest at 33 and 13, but we needed anyone from this huge repertoire of players who have all had pop-off moments, who have all had big games. You know, Nickelback and Forrester really have been the 2 to keep an eye on alongside, you know, the hyped-up Elian who's kind of struggled to deliver till this map. But it feels like finally, you know, it's all coming into place. You've got the money. This is the best chance to close a game out that you're going to have.
And to think this is off the back of Astralis getting their best T side of Overpass on the tournament from any team. 8 rounds. It felt like a lock-in. They got 8 rounds with a pistol and 3 converted. This was 11-7. Not a lock-in by any means, but what a comeback for Entropiq. They're not done yet. Sometimes these rounds can be the hardest, where you play like you've got nothing to lose, because Astralis, all they've got left is their lifeline. 3 rounds of it. Trying to tug back against these Ts, crawling out long right now. Lucky's re-aggress. This is good timing. Him and Blame with 2 off the 3 M4s, but picked out of midair. Elian, snapshot.
He didn't want to fight that. He's just playing for info, but Elian's a little too quick. Krad's lurking might have been cancelled out by Blame F. If you remember back on Ancient, Blame was constantly getting the better of him. This fight now matters a hell of a lot, and Blame continues that good streak versus Krad. He has been his kryptonite. Gets out of there with one of the M4s and still manages to scarper away with the 4-on-4. Entropiq going to set back into a B play. There's a re-smoke at Monster, lobbed in all the way from that A site. Blame, the man to throw it. And they've read this well on the side of Astralis. This is a picture-perfect read by Glaive. He's shifted players down. right to where they need to be. He's always getting them in the right spots, in the places to succeed. Now they've just got to follow through. Here's the push, the commit. Moving in, Entropiq, it's 3 out through Monster, and Lackey's going to open up. Zip, tagged right away, takes one to the dome, but isn't afraid to fight once more.
Oh.
Config down in water, very quiet game from this guy. The Deagle has pulled it back for a moment, but they chase him. Just Glaive trying to make it happen. Oh, it's so close, they're both low. Glaive's been a consistent hero for Astralis, and if he can win this 1v1, who's to put it past them? Just Elian topping the charts, 34 kills deep, he needs a 35th. If Entropiq want to close it out, and this little gap in the action,
oh, the doubt.
This going silent, it's put doubt in Elian's mind. Glaive was here the whole damn time, and he's kept Astralis in this one. 13 rounds now to the Danes, a phenomenal 1v2 from Glaive.
Oh,
and
my
Entropiq,
God.
that might start to get to them.
Yeah.
That was their chance to win this.
That was the lower con round, Harry. That was what they'd set themselves up for, and they still fall short. 5 in a row, and Glaive just holds off. Hands off the keyboard, hands off the mouse. Wait a moment, and it's Elian with a doubt. The experience for Glaive, and he is not flustered in the 1v1. If Elian stayed on that angle, this would be a done series. Instead, we run it back. Astralis, they save the AWP, they save themselves from the brink of defeat.
Oh, aggro mid this time. Blame. I mean, if you're not feeling like this is winnable after that, I don't know what would be.
Well, now you're not.
Flames immediately sent back to the Shadow Realm.
And look at the panic. Config's immediately on his B rotate. Glaive spams out. Glaive spams. Nickelback, he sees Krad again. He wants to go back for more.
Do it again.
Krad seeing him back. Glaive, don't get ahead of yourself. You've closed last round. Maybe you can do it again. Config decides against the rotation after a 4-on-4 is made available, and they move back into the bomb site. The nades are incredible, but oh, if Forrester stayed on that, he could have killed Glaive. Instead, it will be up to Lackey, who does it himself, trying to commit. It's only Zip, 1v3 in the bomb site, and all the flashes blind Entropiq as well. They hunt the kill. Forrester, that was the bomb. It could have gone falling into water.
Right.
Instead, this could fall short for Astralis yet again.
It's basically, you know, a similar situation. Last time,
dear.
only this time they're looking to do good on the victory. Config's given away his position. They know where he is. They've got util. They can just keep denying this point of rotation. And Config, can he replicate what Blame was able to get away with? There's an AWP on the angle, and Elian seals the deal.
Wow.
Astralis get eliminated 2-1. Entropiq close it out in spite of Glaive's best efforts, and they'll continue fighting on, now having a face ecstatic